The moment we believe that success is determined by an ingrained level of ability as opposed to resilience and hard work, we will be brittle in the face of adversity. Joseph Waitzkin. My friends, each and every day we obtain success, or at least move toward it, by simply saying we are going to do it. Each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes, that's all we ask. Let's look at these markets. They're pulling back up after huge drops over particularly yesterday, but also the day before. If we look at where things were on Friday, dropped hard then, dropped hard on Monday, and then, of course, as you would expect, market goes down, pops back up. Then it'll go down again. I feel certain. As the markets closed today, the S&P was up 0.92%, almost 8% higher during the course of the day. You can see at the end of the day, this end of the day candle, or I'll just say the 1245, 195-minute candle. Remember, it's not 4 hours per half day. It's 195 minutes. That's why we have our own little special candle for that. And as you look at it, you can see that things did pop up higher. An interim high during the day was 529.75, and then settled out at 522.15. So again, popping up. That is to be expected after the way things just hammered down those last few days. And of course, as we have said all along, we've been calling this since when? The interim high, and then we saw things move over, again, the week ending the 22nd of July. We had all last week. Then all the panic ensues this week. Well, my friends, if you were following these charts, you'd already have been short, and you could have ridden all this. Let's look at where we are on the Qs. This is the chart we traded. It was the better chart. It was more superior in its turnaround, and of course, in its drop. It was up today 0.96%. Of course, we jumped in at the end of the week, beginning the 15th of July, and it has rocketed down since then. I've already been in, and of course, clicked out twice on that, making a nice profit, and things just, again, popping up. I'm going to wait for it to pop up, see if I can find an entry point to jump back in. Maybe so, maybe not. Not going to rush to do that because it gets dangerous. But we will be looking at that. But this has been so good. Look at all this volume as the market just hammers down. You can see all the volume as it bounded down, and then, of course, as the market does, it goes down and it pops up a little bit. Then it goes down again, pops up a little bit. So none of this is surprising. Just follow the charts. Let the money movement and the volume, that is the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, and our volume here tell you what to do. Now, again, we make a lot of use of the average volume. That's we changed this. It's a 14-day ATR, but it's a 10-day volume on the weekly chart. That's 10 weeks. It's a 15-day volume on the 2-day chart, okay? And then that's 15 2-day time periods. And then, of course, on the half-day chart, it is 20 time periods. So again, we varied this up a little bit, hoping to find some more volume. And again, I do encourage you, if you are a subscriber, I have already set up for you. It'll come in your email. It'll be a link to our volume chapter it's on Jesse and the volume. Now, Jesse Livermore, popularized for so many traders starting back in the 1920s or so, he started really pushing the use of volume, and we use it intensively here. It is one of the most important things to price that we have found that over and over and over again helps you see what's really going on. And this chapter from my new book is, I give it to you for free, and I want you to read it. Again, if you're not a subscriber, another reason you need to be. It's free. We don't spam or sell that list. Just go to chartingwealth.com, sign up for the daily newsletter. The link will be in your newsletter today that you will get in your email for all the subscribers. If you don't subscribe, you're going to get a link that'll allow you to subscribe. So stay tuned. Now, we see things continuing to move down strongly on the 2-day, strongly on the weekly, popping up on the half-day, and we'll see. They put some brakes on, trying to juice things. What do I think is going to happen? Well, if the current administration has anything to do with things as we head into this election, I'm thinking they're going to do all they can to juice this market, or at least slow this down, or make it last a shorter period of time. There's all sorts of stuff the Feds, that is the Federal Reserve and the federal government, can do in the U.S. to try to stop that. We'll see just how hard they want the current administration to continue along. Nothing surprises me anymore. But again, don't worry about manipulation. Don't worry about people trying to mess with you. If you can read stock charts, my friends, and you can read volume, and you can read Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, you're going in the right direction. Practice trade to prove it to yourself. We're not a stock calling service, not a Bitcoin, gold, or bond calling service. We're an education firm. Look at where we are with 20-year bonds. Boy, we saw this prior ceiling. We had this ceiling in here, and look where bonds have stopped right now. That candle is just stopped right there on it. Now, the wick did go higher. Look at the 2-day. It's there too. Look at the half-day, where it dropped right below it today. Are bonds going down long term? I don't know. They sure hammered up a lot over the last 2 weeks, but is this ceiling going to trap them? Let's blow this chart up and see. You can see where bonds hit it before. And again, they've gone higher in the past. But again, as we look, particularly as of late, going back to December of this year, went up and back down. Now, they've gone through it before, and they may here. It just may take a little more energy before that takes place. So we will keep our eye on things. As we look at the half-day, we're still above the weekly trend line. 2-day still above the weekly trend line. Got a nice big candle there from where things zoomed up. So we will keep an eye on things. And our Heikin-Ashi candlestick again. Remember, Heikin-Ashi candlesticks are measured differently. Bonds pulled back 2.24% for the day. And we can see on Monday where they popped up in the morning and then rolled off in the afternoon and then down on Tuesday. But again, still got a strong weekly and strong 2-day candle. So we'll see if that average pace continues. What about gold? Well, gold is hit again, that ceiling that we've talked about a couple of times, down again today. Look at how it's played out on the half-day chart, just rolling over. Look at the 2-day chart. Peaked above it, down below it, peaked up above it, down below it. We will keep our eye on gold. Is gold going to get enough energy to just blow through this at some point? Well, it's down today 0.80%, so not today. And again, we will watch. Look at what we had last week. We had, the most recent high after a pullback and higher than average volume. Let's make that chart a little bigger there. And then this week, a red down candle. We might have the settings of a rollover and what we would call a reversal on the weekly. We might have a strong one. We'll keep our eye on it, wait and see as the week progresses. Lastly, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin just fell off the deep end on Monday, did it not? Recovered a little bit in the afternoon. Lots of indecision in the morning, up in the afternoon on Tuesday. But still, lots of down energy just sitting there on the weekly and the 2-day. So we'll keep our eye on Bitcoin and see if it just continues to trudge down after blowing off all that energy from the prior 3 weeks. That is where we are, my friends. Always love to hear from you. You have questions, problems, concerns. Don't hesitate to reach out to us, and I really do want to encourage you to read that Jesse Livermore chapter on volume. Volume is so critical, and just being able to understand it, think about it, and what it shows you, what the insiders are doing, what the dummies are doing. and how volume plays out with price. I just love volume. It is one of the real keys to understanding what's going on. Getting price is easy. You see price moving up. You see price pulling back. Learning the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, easy. We got great trainings on that. But adding the magic of volume to it, boy, that puts you at a whole nother level. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.